When I looked out of the window of the running train, the view looked like taken from Hayao Miyazaki's Spirited Away. And from there, I could see Venice, the city of water. We reached Venice at 9 in the morning. The world-famous Venice Carnival is going on, and we have come to visit. Outside of the station, canals carve their way through the city, and a festive vibe starts at the entrance. Our primary goal for today is to visit Piazza San Marco, where the main carnival attractions are going to be, and we have to reach before 12. Or we may lose some events, so we started walking. Without any proper directions in mind, we were just roaming around, visiting places, and trying to enjoy our way to San Marco. Like this religious art gallery, where the movements of these puppets, that flickering fire, looked so alive that it took me back to another era. But we moved on. Venice is a city of bridges. More than 400 bridges connect to the 121 islands that make up the city. Just after crossing the bridge of Rio di Nole, something terrible happened to Sergio.
Because I go there to grab this for these people so they can drink the fruit juice that I bought for them, and they left me behind.
That's so sad.
And they left me.
Just when Sergio was recovering from that trauma, we lost some of our members in the crowd, and that made our group leader.
No, I'm not sad. I'm disappointed.
After rejoining, we started our journey again. But time was running, and we had to reach fast. The crowd is increasing as we walk toward Piazza San Marco. We can see different types of costumes and masks all around us. And the road became even crowded when we reached Ponte di Rialto. It is one of the 4 main bridges of Venice, and the view of the Grand Canal from the bridge was something to witness. At that moment, I thought it would be lovely to see the sunset from here. Coming from the bridge, we got lost and could not find our way back. We crossed this musician 4 times and this bridge 3 times before we got back on track. And finally, we made it to Piazza San Marco within time. Located in the heart of the city, Piazza San Marco is one of the most famous and iconic squares in Venice. The square has been a central hub of Venetian life since the 9th century. Even though it was initially just a small area in front of original St. Mark's Basilica, gradually it expanded over the centuries. Here, we properly witnessed the carnival vibe. Venice's carnival was first recorded in 1094, but it didn't become official until 1296. During the Renaissance, it became more popular, but later was banned by Napoleon. Incredibly, not until 1967 did modern-day carnival attempt to pick up where it had left off almost 200 years prior. And now it is one of the most famous events of the world. One of the most iconic aspects of the Venice Carnival is the elaborate masks and costumes. Back in the Middle Ages, these masks were originally used to conceal the wearer's identity and social status, allowing people from different backgrounds to mix freely during the festivities. Even now, among different symbolizations, masks symbolize freedom and transgression. Celebrations are going through the whole city. A dancing event was going on in front of the main stage of the piazza, but people were dancing also outside of the stage. We could see families, couples dressed up together. People's dressing is symbolizing mystery, culture, and history. I mean, normally you don't see Joker clicking photos of Batman. It is one of a kind event in the world. But we also wanted to enjoy a relaxed side of Venice. So after seeing some pirates, we hopped onto the gondola, which brought us to another island. The sea was much closer here. But the carnival vibes were still here. Crossing by this place, I hoped I could live in this apartment, so every morning I could start my day with this view. Maybe someday I will. For now, we kept walking. Near the terminal San Basilio, we sat for a while to rest and started our way back. While taking a different route back, we enjoyed a music band playing near the bank and met a family of pasta. We have a train in 3 hours and a long way to go back. So after walking through these narrow roads, we reached another main bridge of Venice, Ponte di Accademia. From here, we could see the Grand Canal disappearing into the sea, and we were back at the San Marco. The sun was coming down, but the crowd was rising. It felt like a different place, so we sat down and had some ice cream. The last thing I noticed before leaving was a man trying to feed the birds, but was not succeeding. I hope he was successful after we left. Twinkling lights gave a new life to these roads, and I could see the sun bleeding through the cracks. Luckily, we reached Ponte di Rialto to witness one of the most beautiful sunsets I ever saw, and I remembered that my wish had come true, which also made me question if I should have asked something else that time. Returning from there, we saw some street theatre, found my favorite store, and crossed the last bridge before getting on the train. In the end, Venice mesmerized me with timeless beauty and gave me an experience that I will never forget. But sadly, it's slowly sinking every year. So make sure to visit it before it's gone forever.